Hello and welcome back to the bar, and here we are for the second episode in this series, which is looking at the importance of managing perceptions for delivery and particularly for PMOs. So what I want to look at today is the concept of the PMO positioning itself as a service provider rather than a policing unit. And there's a very fine line between the two. And often when you talk about to a PMO about what they do, they will rarely say that they are seen as being, or they feel that they're perceived to be sort of the internal police or whatever. But when you talk to people that are outside the PMO across the organization, that is something that often is articulated and comes across, that the PMO is a sort of policing unit. They're auditors, they do, they create forms, they make us go through various different processes, which of course is true, or maybe true. But actually, the key here is making sure that that perception doesn't become overriding, because it's a negative perception. So, what you want to do is you want to be creating a perception of the PMO being an enabler, a service provider, etc. So, here's some thoughts. Base one, in order to achieve that, is that when you are redefining your PMO strategy or your PMO plan for the year, go out to the business, go out to your key stakeholders and go out to the sort of wider part of the business and ask them what the service is that they want. Ask them, treat them as a customer, as if it's your own business, and go to your customers and say, what is it that you would like? What are the problems that you would like to be taken off your desk? How can we help you? What sort of things would be, would you like? And you will get plenty of people saying, reduce the bureaucracy, give us less forms, minimize the processes, etc. Whether it's the right thing to do or not doesn't matter. The point is you're asking them what service they want, and then you're able to align behind that by defining a set of services or a service definition that really adds value to the business and is aligning with essentially the needs and requirements of your key stakeholders. And I think the second thing is just be careful with the language you use. Don't overemphasize the sort of projecty, programmy PMO language, because your customers generally don't like it. Program charters, PIDs, those sorts of things, agile, they're not necessarily words or language that your stakeholders particularly like. Audit is, they will feel threatened by an audit and policed. So even though those may be the things that you do, just be careful with the language you use, and go out to the business and ask them what service they want, and then develop a set of services around that and bring them with you on that journey. Make them feel like you are a supplier to them, and you treat them and you value them as your customer, whether it's internal or external, both as important as each other. Give it a go. It's a different way of thinking about things, but it's worth a try, and the rewards are fantastic if you can make it work. All the best.